Ooh, fucking... It's fucking chilly down here today. It's cold. Right. Hello. You find me at a point where all of the rungs, as you can see, were glued in yesterday. Today's job is gonna be to make a bunch of sawdust. Oh, I need a can. Hang on. Is to make a bunch of sawdust for filling and making up some cheap and dirty, I guess just dirty wood filler. Always keep your old David's teas pots. They're quite useful. I have one kicking around somewhere. Up there. This already got some Padook dust in it. I obviously need a cherry and a black number one. So this is going to get unclamped, and then we're going to mother. So I spent a whole bunch of time yesterday night cutting and finding wood to make these rungs. Whereas just down here, I knew I had spare wood somewhere. Just down here on the bin, on one of the bins, is actually the wood I was looking for. And for some reason I walked past it 50 times and I completely missed it. So I actually found other wood and did it with other wood. Because I'm stupid. Anyway, right, let's get this unclamped. Notes. So cherry limber, that definitely needs some love. That needs some love. That definitely. With me big sticker sanding. This one's I am going to make some dust. Padook. This one will be cherry, and this will be black limber. So I'm going to find some bits of wood, some offcuts, and I'm going to We're not going to talk about the elephant in the room. Where's my pasta? This bit here. I made a boo-boo this morning. It's one of the flaws, actually, I find with the woodpecker round mill, is because of the MDF stop on it. When I set the depth on the router this morning, it was actually on the block of wood, not on the foot, so I took a massive chunk out of the corner, which I'm now going to have to fix. Okay, how heavy is this? It's not bad, it's just so we'll let that dry for a couple of hours, and then we'll cut 2 bits of Paduk to go on the outside. Silly mistake, but you know, shit happens. See you in a bit. Let's fix this fuck up. This will involve some spec tape. Knocking over the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue. I'm going to spec tape 2 blocks of wood down and then hit it with the mill for the correct height. That is the plan. I have done this before when fixing other problems. 2 bits of wood, the same thickness. Burp, burp. Can't see, but 2 bits of wood. Burp, burp. And then just set the mill and mill it. Fuck it. Buy expensive cameras. Use them in a dusty environment. Wonder why they break. Basically this corner now needs to get flush trim because there's an edge here. And a bit of filler. And better grain match. But what I need to do before I take the 45-degree bit out of my router is finish 45ing all of the insides. One side's already done. Guys were sleeping. So before I change the setting on the router, I'll get all these 45s done, and then I can flush trim. there's cracks. Hey, Jerry. So, here is where we are at with the gate project. Most of the gate is filled where there were cracks or gaps. Most of that came out pretty well. There's two problems right now, and let me grab this and I'll show you. On two of the rungs, this one here, it's got a really bad tear out between this line and actually this line, and then there's another tear out here, which is unusual for Paducah. He doesn't normally do it. On this cherry rung, there's a tear out here, but I can sand that back. That's not so bad. What I can't live with is this one here, where it's actually completely chunked out, so I need to cut it from here to here. And then the corner that I replaced where I didn't 45 it, obviously need to chop out this bit here. This has been filled. It's a bit patchy, but this is completely before sanding. So that is where we're at for this episode. I am going to get a saw, and I was going to cut the Paducah 45, but I'm seeing that I can't do that. So I'm going to quickly cut these two rungs out, and then I'm going to cut two new rungs, or two new sections of rung. I've got cherries sitting over there, and then I'll have to patch this in, flatten it down to the correct depth, which is not too hard to do, and then put a 45 on it. Then it's sanding. Then it's sanding everything. My dust extractor turned on. Sanding all of the rungs. I've got a bunch of burn marks where I've been a bit too slow putting wood through the table saw. So let's get to cutting this. There you go, done. Right, so I'll cut two more of those, get these bits replaced, and we'll reconvene upon the next episode where hopefully this is somewhat closer to finished. Thanks. Like and subscribe for more soaring